Alright, I wanted to talk about this Logic case that I've been using for the past few weeks. Now, this is a kind of a minimal case. The size of this case is big enough for any DSLR, but you can definitely get bigger camera bags out there. Basically, there's about 4 or 5 compartments, depending on how you look at it. So there are 2 compartments on the side here that are kind of lens shaped. So in this compartment right here, you can see in there, it's all padded, it's really nice. In this one, this is where I keep a USB-C dongle, and I keep a ton of lens caps and polarizer, all that stuff. So you can put anything in there. If I had more lenses, I only have 3 lenses right now for my camera. So if I had more, I would probably maybe use this for some of those lenses, but because I only have 3, I don't really need to. So on the other side, there's an identical sleeve. This is where I keep some of my lenses. Right now, all I have in here is the kit lens that came with my camera, the 16 to 50, so pretty small lens, but it fits in there pretty well. And in fact, it fits in there well enough to where I could easily stack another lens. I also have, I don't have it with me right now, but I have the 55 to 210, which is pretty sizable, and I can actually stack that on top of the kit lens. I'm talking about the Sony mirrorless cameras right now, so like I'm filming this with the Sony a6000, and that's the camera I've been using in this bag. So those are the 2 side pockets. Also to note, the bottom of the bag has this really nice, like hard plastic feel to it. It kind of, I don't know what the material is, but it feels really nice. It's like soft to touch, almost like a matte, like rubbery finish. Anyways, in this front pocket, it's kind of an awkward pocket to be honest, but I was able to fit a battery charger in there with the cord. So that's why I keep in there, just so the batteries are easily accessible. Now on the back here, there is like a mesh netted area, and in here you can keep a bunch of stuff. It's not a ton of room. You can keep papers, things like that. I have a bunch of microfiber cloths that I've gotten that I keep in here in case I would ever need to wipe something down. But you can keep papers in there or whatever. So for the main compartment here, it's probably the most interesting thing about it, and it's the reason I got this bag as opposed to any other bag, is it has this really neat kind of hammock system. So it has this padded like felt material up here. It's almost like a egg carton type feel, and then it has this really neat like hammock system. So hopefully that I'm getting that in frame there. But so this hammock system, basically the body of the camera lays on top of the hammock, and then it has a hole right here where the lens, if the lens has some size to it, like on most traditional, if you have a DSLR and the lens is kind of longer, it'll just fall right through there. What's kind of nice about that is that it makes the camera so it's right there. You can just grab it, pull it out, so you don't have to go searching around or digging to the bottom of the bag. And also, another cool thing about that is that you can actually peel this up. It's just Velcro, so you can actually peel this up, and there's more under here. There's more space to keep some things. So in here, I just have the camera strap that came with my camera, which I don't use, and then the bag also came with its own shoulder strap that just clips onto here. So if you did need to use this shoulder strap or something like that, you could definitely use that. So that's why I keep in there. You can keep a ton of things in there. You can keep you know, depending on the size of your lens, the length of your lens, obviously you wouldn't want something in there that's going to like bang against it and damage it. That's why I kind of keep the straps in there. But I'll include a couple photos of the camera in here and kind of how that looks. But I thought it was a really cool solution, and it actually worked really well. So that's the Logic case camera bag. So I read some of the reviews on Amazon here that it does like kind of deteriorate over time, like the material I've only had it for a few weeks, so I can't really speak to that, but right now it's holding up pretty well. This is kind of how I carry it. I'll just like throw this in my car or whatever and go around like that. I haven't really done anything too extensive, but I have taken it a few places. Honestly, if I am going out and shooting, I probably only take maybe another lens, in which case I wouldn't take this whole bag. I'd just take another lens and maybe an extra battery. But if you are shooting like on a hike, or you're going camping or something like that, or if you're going to like Disneyland or somewhere where you aren't going to be able to get back to your car to change lenses or things like that, this is a really lightweight bag. It's not intrusive. It's kind of sleek looking. It doesn't look too obnoxious. It doesn't even really look like a camera bag if you're just looking at it. So that's kind of why I like it, and so far I've liked it a lot.
I'll just turn it over on the bottom here and view. I guess that'd be depth. That's about 3.5 depth, approximately. Width would be quite a bit more. Let me see here. Now it depends on where you measure from. If you measure from the all the way outside, it's, I don't know, probably around 7.5 or so. If you actually measure just that square part on the bottom, it's just under 4.5 that way by 3.5. There's 3.5 by about 4.5. Now we'll do the inside measure. So depth, I'd say, is just under 6 inches. Width, so I'd say the inside, about 5.5 to 6. I'd say just a little over 5.5. Then depth this way is about 3.5. But if you go all the way to the outer edge, it'd be farther. But I'm going by the inside from the back here to this orange spot here, because there's a pouch right there. So measuring from there to that pouch is about 3.5.
very well made. Thumbs up on this. Anyway, that's about all there is to say about a bag. Take care, hope this helps.
Pessoal, comprei essa casezinha aqui com o intuito de colocar uma Canon SL3, que comprei também na Amazon, porém acredito que ela seja um pouco pequena para a câmera. Aqui coube a lente, uma lente 75-300 também que eu comprei. Ela é bem bacana, tá? Tem um detalhezinho bem legal aqui no zíper aqui de borracha, vem com a alça, acolchoada por dentro, tem uns bolsinhos, mas acredito que ela não vai caber a câmera. Mas, de qualquer forma, recomendo aí